Offside Sports continues from the Loft 100 Studios in Southern California, presented by Turtlebox Audio. Find their awesome lineup of portable speakers at turtleboxaudio.com. And thank you to Harry Arnett, Mark Wahlberg, and everybody at Municipal for being the official wardrobe sponsor of Offside Sports. Municipal, bet on yourself. Find them at municipal.com. We've been talking baseball. The baseball playoffs are in full swing. We're now into the divisional rounds of the playoffs, and we're after 2026, when the collective bargaining agreement is up. Everybody and their mother is saying there is going to be a huge strike, and there's going to be a walkout or lockout, whatever you want to call it, and we're not going to have baseball possibly for 2 years. But I tell you what, before that, the baseball playoffs this year have been, again, reality TV at its finest. We just got done talking about the umpires screwing Xander Bogaerts at that. You've had great games. You've had come from behinds. And then you have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Toronto Blue Jays, who hits a grand slam yesterday. He was 6 for 7 in the game. The Yankees so far in the series are 6 for 44.
Wow.
Wild. That was the first grand slam in Blue Jays playoff history.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, this thing, that was one of those no-doubters.
Yeah.
And then the bat flip, the bat was in the air for like 25 seconds. I mean, it was just.
He crushed it.
He crushed it.
It was up to the second level, I mean, deepest part of the park. It was wild.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
The TV, Dave, all four of us were talking about this last night in our group chat about how, even though, baseball right now contends with college football, they contend with NFL, which is king in the United States, the ratings have never been better.
Yeah.
People are locked in.
People are locked in, I think, for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, you obviously have huge star power. I mean, you're talking about in Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from the Dominican, superstar, right?
Yep.
His dad had made a name for himself in Canada as well. But when you look at what Ohtani has done, and superstars all over the place. The Phillies have a ton of superstars. The pace of game, I think, has been really the big difference.
Huge.
Is that you're getting the average game going about 2 hours and 37 minutes. One thing about the NFL is the game's exactly 3 hours. You could plan your day.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball, sometimes it dragged and dragged. Unless you were a diehard fan, you just weren't following it. But everything right now for baseball is going so well. It's so disappointing to see that they could possibly mess this up when the game has never been better. And I mean in the last 40 years, because Mike, you and I are the oldest ones here, and when you and I were young as sports fans, baseball was number one. It was ahead of the NFL.
Big time.
And then the NFL passed it, and it's never looking back. But baseball at least should remain second ahead of the NBA.
I love the young superstars that they've brought in that with so much personality now, who aren't afraid to talk to the media, who seem excited about the game. I love the bat flips and all the personality. Do you enjoy that as a player?
It's great, and I think that, I'm not going to say people have respect for it, but people have a mutual understanding that, like, hey, if I strike you out, I might stand up and take a step towards you, and then turn it around. And
I love it.
It's just making the game fun. And I love what you said about, the game speeding up, because the players like it, the fans like it, and it just has kept fans involved in the game. Like,
it's entertaining. It's entertaining, and it's can't miss. You don't want to walk away.
No, you don't. And when you get to the World Series, I don't mind a 4-hour game, because the chess match, especially in a close game, to me is amazing. As somebody who doesn't know jack, about the inner workings of a baseball game, I think it's fascinating to sit there and learn, and you learn, especially when you get a guy like John Smoltz, who's your color guy, who's explaining stuff in minute detail, and you're like, oh, that's why they're doing that? To me, it's awesome. But cutting the game time down, especially parents with kids, especially during the school year, it's like, God, we got to get home. It's 11 o'clock. We're only, in the seventh inning. I think it was great for baseball. Merchandise sales, I mean, they will stick a logo now on everything. It's permeated the sports fans, from tailgating before the game to whatever you want to wear. your team, if you want it, your team's logo's on it.
And look what they offer now. Because when we were kids, you couldn't go out and buy an authentic
Nope.
baseball jersey of your favorite player. You were lucky to get a T-shirt with your team's logo on it.
Yeah.
But now you can go to a team store and get the authentic jersey, same jersey as your favorite player, and that wasn't even offered. Fitted hats are everywhere. Fitted hats have become a fashion statement. And so I used to say all the time, you could go anywhere in the world and you could find the New York Yankees logo. And now the Dodgers, because of what has happened the last few years, they've become the #1 hat in the world.
Yeah.
And that is crazy. You have 2 teams now, though, and that's great for Major League Baseball. Whether you can travel, and again, the Padres, we want to say what you want about a small market, but guess what? There are Padre hats in Manhattan right now. You know, the Milwaukee Brewers have a cool logo. There are hats there all over the country, and it's become a fashion statement. For Major League Baseball to have a lockout or a shutdown is horrible. It's a terrible idea.
I love places. Allegedly, this website exists. It's called DHgate, and you can go buy contraband jerseys and fitted hats and stuff. You can't tell the difference. I swear to God, my son has a Manny Machado jersey. Unless somebody's working for Nike or Under Armour or whatever, whoever's making
Nike
the
makes it.
Nike, you can't tell the difference.
I was in the Bay Area this weekend and I saw hats from so many different teams. It was something I was really paying attention to because I was up there for a football
In
game.
all colors now.
Yeah, all color.
Yes.
I want that red Yankee hat,
Yes.
you know?
And I was up there for a college football game, but I saw so many baseball hats. A lot of Dodgers, a lot of Yankees, a lot of Red Sox, and surprisingly, I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan, but a lot of Padres.
Was
and
it
that
your
was,
family
it was
wearing
fun
the
to
Padre
see.
ones?
No, it was me, but there were lots of others too. And I, you know what? The other team I saw quite a bit of is White Sox, which I thought was interesting. So you see it all over now in the airport, around campus where I was at Cal. Like it was really impressive.
Well, you know, you've got great TV ratings, you've got great merchandise sales, you've got fan engagement. The team valuations really shouldn't shock anybody. I've got the top 5. Yankees right now are worth $8 billion. The Dodgers, $5.8 billion. Bo Sox are $4.7 billion. Cubs, $4.5, and the Giants are $3.8 billion. The
If any of those
cheapest.
went up for sale, the number would be higher, by the way.
Oh my God! Because now it's a status symbol.
Yes.
I want to own a sports team. It's not a yacht. It's not a Rolls Royce. It's not a mansion. I want a sports team. If you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire, Marlins the cheapest team, $1.2 billion. How much they're worth? Quickly, Yanks made $705 million in revenue last year. That's after everything was paid. And the Giants are 5th highest on that list. They made $533 million. Dave, your Dodgers made $701 million. And that is all about to explode after the 2026 season because the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, is up. And does your heart tell you, your gut tell you we're going to have a lockout?
We're going to have a lockout. It's going to be a long one. And the deal is, if people recall, in '94, before the season ended, and Tony Gwynn was about to hit 400, the Montreal Expos, who had never won, were on a tremendous pace. It becomes very frustrating. And baseball fans were saying, I'm not coming back. I'm so upset there was no World Series. I'm not coming back. What brought baseball back the first time was Hideo Nomo, the first Japanese player, and then Cal Ripken Jr. setting of course, the consecutive game streak record. But then all of a sudden it was steroids, and guys are hitting home runs, and the fans came back. There was a reason to come back to baseball.
Sosa McGuire.
Yep. So I don't know what the reason would be to come back to baseball next. If there's a lockout, and here we go, right next to us, we have a Major League Baseball player who's thinking, wait a second, my prime is this amount of years.
Yeah.
I'm losing my prime. How long do I continue working out? Do I need to start thinking about a new profession? I mean, if I'm him, I'm stressing out.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because 4 years ago, right, I was, in a place where I hadn't reached the big leagues, and talking to my brother who had, he was like, hey, like, just so you know, like, we locked out 4 years ago, and we only missed, the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But it was important because what they're trying to do and what we're trying to do is for the next generation. And that's why the CBA in baseball is the strongest and so important, because it has grown the game and it has been good for the players and it has kept things even. And this is probably the biggest that we have seen and will ever see in baseball. So
It's
we'll
such
see
a
what
shame because, again, Alice and I are sitting here as the fans with just a fan's working knowledge of the game, and you just get going with it, and then this comes up, and most people will be sitting here going, oh my God, the greed of the owners, the greed of the players, but we're not in there in the negotiating meetings. We're also not with the tax guy or the tax woman. We don't see the ledgers. $705 million is what the Yankees cleared last year, and they're worth $8 billion.
Well, that's what they're telling you.
That's
I
what-
guarantee that
thank
money is
you.
more because nobody ever opens the books.
Yeah, there's no Green Bay Packers in Major
Yes.
League Baseball that is publicly owned. So it's sad to think that, okay, we go into 2026 and yeah, we're going to have the ABS and the Hawkeye and the call balls and strikes are going to get better, but then after the season's over, in the you-know-what, because of, unfortunately, the collective bargaining agreement. All right, his company, Flag 50, is revolutionizing flag football for communities here in Southern California. How did it start? How tough was it to get it off the ground? And most importantly, where's it going? Duran Fraser joins us next to talk about it. Southside Sports rolls on right after this.